Vipassana course at Tihar jail was held in November 1993. Over 100 prisoners and jail staff participated.
She was not forcing people. Just go and see yourself. If you like it, well and good. If you don't like it, well and good. But just go, please, and see yourself.
They were asking people interested in Vipassana or meditating. The school came around in one of the wards, and so I went.
At first, all one is asked to do is to focus on one's own natural breath, to feel it coming in and out of the nostrils, and to maintain this awareness for as long as possible. Sounds simple, but it's not.
It's something which you can't avoid. You know, you can concentrate for so long, and after a while you don't realise it, but your mind wanders. And it's after a while you say, hey, you know, you're supposed to be back here, you know, concentrating, and so you come back to it. Then you find yourself, you're off wandering again, thinking about something which you're doing back home, and then hang on, you're supposed to be back on the meditation.
When one sits down to be still, an endless stream of thoughts wells up in the mind. Memories, hopes, fears start flooding in. After a 3-day struggle, the mind quiets down. Thoughts become faint, faded, like passing clouds. By focusing for so long on the small patch of skin below the nostrils, the mind becomes so sensitive that it can feel the subtlest flow of breath. A new realm of sensations unfolds within this area. Itching, tingling, heat, pressure, natural physical sensations, never before experienced so vividly. Only then is one prepared to learn Vipassana.
The whole idea with Vipassana is to go inside. And when you go inside and everything is quiet, and yourself, you're quiet, then you contact yourself, you can come inside yourself, and you can feel your sensations.
Continuous awareness of physical sensations without reacting is the core of the Vipassana practice. Every sound, vision, taste, smell, everything that contacts the body instantly produces some sensation. The technique focuses on natural physical sensations as the crucial link between mind and body, the key to understanding human behavior. Through Vipassana, one realizes that one's own attitudes and addictions, suffering and happiness, are not caused by the outside world. It is the reactions to pleasant or unpleasant sensations the world evokes within the body that dictate one's actions and conditions the mind. On the 4th day of the course, Vipassana is taught. Students learn how to observe objectively all the sensations in their bodies, whatever they may be, without reacting to them. They watch emotions come and go. They watch pain come and go. They watch pleasure come and go. And they realize, not intellectually, but through their own experience, that nothing is permanent. Hatred, passion, greed are not abstract anymore. By watching the physical sensations accompanying these emotions, and by understanding their impermanent nature, one can actually start changing the habit of blind reaction. Between the two poles of expression and suppression lies a third option, mere observation.
After the first course, I was like so overwhelmed with everything.
I see things as the way it is, the reality.
You do get a lot of answers out of it.
It's you who can make yourself into the right path, and it's you who can lead to a misery.
There's a happiness in there, you know?
After the course, it was no looking back. Even for us, it was saying, hey, thank God we found a remedy. We found an alternative. We found a way to take them to. Then there was no looking back.
The first Vipassana course in Tihar jail was followed by 5 more, and Kiran Bedi was once again thinking ahead.
We became greedier. We were impatient. Why only 50, 60 when I have 10,000 people with me? So why can't we reach at least a large percentage of a massive course rather than going into small trickles to have a massive impact? They said, would you be able to arrange a course of over 1,000? I said, yes, immediately. Are you sure? I said, yes.
It was one of the most ambitious projects in the history of Indian prisons. It was also the largest Vipassana course conducted in modern times. In just a few weeks, a special area was prepared inside the prison. Accommodating in one place 1,000 inmates as well as Mr. Goenka and his assistants was a tremendous undertaking.
Nobody could believe that 1,000 prisoners could be put together and kept at a place because it's a grave security risk.
मेरे से विपस्सना पूछ रहे थे, मैंने कहा मैं कौन हूँ बताने को।
विपस्सना विद्या जो कि आप यहाँ शुरू कर रहे हैं एक एक्सपेरिमेंट, इससे आपको क्या लगता है कि यहाँ क्या बदलाव आ सकेगा?
ये एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं कर रहे हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट तो हो चुके, यहाँ भी अच्छे उसके परिणाम आए हैं। परिणाम आते हैं तो लोग बैठेंगे नहीं, क्यों बैठेंगे? 10 दिन तक किसी को कहना तुम मौन रहो, बिल्कुल नहीं बोलना, घबरा जाएंगे नहीं बेचारे। उनको कुछ मिलेगा तो बैठे, और मिलता है, खूब मिलता है। खूब तपना है, तपोगे ना? हाँ, बहुत सुख से होता है।
He pretends to be no saint. He is like a simple, humble teacher. He's not expecting anything in return. The way he's done it for prisoners for 10 days, he's lived in the prison for 11 days. He and his wife together. And it was no comfortable stay.
"1,000 prisoners gathered in the huge tent on the evening of April 4th. They reflected the wide range of human experience: Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, from different nations and social backgrounds.
It is essential that you will keep silence, noble silence. It doesn't mean that your mouth will be locked. Talk to your teachers, your guides. There is no restriction about it.
In the early hours of the next day, a fierce rainstorm, extremely unusual for that dry season, suddenly descended. The tent collapsed. All the rugs and meditation cushions were completely soaked. An emergency meeting was called at 3:30 a.m. to consider cancelling the course. Instead, measures were quickly put into action, allowing it to continue. When the weather cleared, a massive salvage operation was launched. Meanwhile, the course continued as prisoners meditated in their barracks. By evening, the tent was ready again for the students to assemble, and the course went on as planned. "9 days later, it was apparent that something unique had been accomplished.
it actually changed people. It made my prisoners weep. It made them cry. They had realized what life actually could be. They had looked within, and within themselves they had seen the feeling of revenge. They had seen anger. They saw the disrespect and hurt they had caused to parents and society, and they wept, and they wanted to be different.
I felt guilty that I have did a wrong thing. I have done a wrong thing. And what I have done, it's something which I can come out of it and correct it.
That realization was the greatest magic. That's exactly what I was looking for. How do I realize them, make them realize they've actually hurt society? They're just all the time saying, we're innocent, we're innocent. We never hurt society, society hurt us. How do I convince them that you did hurt society at some stage of your life? Therefore, the law of nature has had its course, you're getting it today. So they learned it in Vipassana. I didn't have to say anything. They went up on the mic and said, we hurt society, but we seek forgiveness. That was the greatest magic.
When the course ended, 1,200 participants and international guests witnessed the inauguration of the first Vipassana center to be established in a prison. Within 3 weeks, it began to offer Vipassana courses twice a month.
Don't expect any miracles. It will take time. Not that all of a sudden a criminal changes to the saint. The beginning of change is there. And again, the environment in the jail is so bad that even if one course, it doesn't change the whole environment. So unless the environment is changed, other steps are taken, facilities given for their regular practice, then real change will occur.
Vipassana courses are alike everywhere in the world. The same rules, same timetable, same instructions. The workers who serve the students during a course are volunteers who have already taken a course themselves. A teacher appointed by Mr. Goenka stays within the course site for 10 days and conducts the course voluntarily.
Nothing is by accident, you know. I come, I'm caught, I'm here, all for a reason. I don't have to be caught going to Canada. I could have gone to Canada and then gone back and my life this. It's all for a reason.
After taking a few Vipassana courses, David asked to be transferred to the Vipassana ward and work there as a volunteer.
When I first came, I thought, why is Vipassana here? Of course, when I say that, it answers itself, because this is where it's needed most. This is history in the making, you know. This is the first chance where Vipassana, where this is being used in a prison system to possibly reform people. And if this does show results, then this could reform the whole prison system in the entire planet. And it happens here. If I scratch his belly, he should attack me. There you go. You attack that? See, all I can really do is to try to set an example for other people. In doing this, then maybe they will try a little bit harder for themselves.
David, the one-day course is on this date, no?
We have 4 one-day courses.
Yeah. Your 26th morning is jail 4.
Yes.
And 27th morning I'm bringing jail 1, 2 and 3 together. So tell him we would need him at both the 9 o'clocks. Please tell the teacher.
I cannot do anything Vipassana-wise for anybody. They have to do it themselves. The bottom line is you can't help somebody unless they want to be helped. And the Vipassana, if you can get through to them, is for themselves, to get inside themselves to help.
Twice a month, prisoners from different sections of Tihar arrive at the Vipassana ward to take a course. Some of them have done this a number of times. Each time they follow the same program. What differs is the personal experience.
I call them bhikkhus when they come here, which is the monk, because this is in effect what they are. For 10 days they become a monk. A lot of people are under the impression this 10 days they come over here is so easy. It's not.
You have to work. There's no sort of lazy way out of it. And actually going on the course sort of forces you to work. It's like being thrown into a swimming pool. You know, you have to swim then. It's not a matter of saying, yeah, I will learn to swim, I will learn to swim. It's when they throw you in the pool, that's when you have to swim. So when you go to this course, you have to do the 10 days.
Next to the silent bubble of the course, on the other side of the wall, prison life flows along. In Tihar jail, prisoners can have yoga lessons, counseling sessions, and other educational programs. But a Vipassana course is quite different from these activities, and prisoners are not always aware of this fact.
We're in jail, and jail have jail rules. This is Vipassana. Vipassana has Vipassana rules. And it happens to be that Vipassana rules are more strict than what the jail is. Some of them understand, some of them don't understand. You see, in jail they have the rules, but the game is to bend the rules as much as they can do, or change as much as they can to take control themselves. And they bring that same attitude in here.
You still bathing, boy?
And I say, no, this is not jail. That's jail. You want to go back to jail, you can go back to jail, but this is Vipassana. We do have a little bit of people who become jealous, maybe envious, because here people seem to get a little bit more than what other people do. They don't realize that the guys who come here are putting more into themselves. If somebody has had some sort of experience or self-discipline, then they seem to be falling into it much easier. Let's understand that 10 days is the basic, you know. I mean, this is the least amount of time necessary to get some sort of a spark to the candle. And sometimes that spark doesn't ignite. Maybe you need another spark, another spark. But after a couple, the light starts to flicker, it grows, and then the candle is lit.
Change does not come easy way. Change takes a time. And as I told you earlier, that this revenge which I had, and anger, quick temper, is still subsiding. I'm not telling you exactly it went off completely one time, bam, I did a Vipassana, I sit down and it just went out like that. It's still subsiding, subsiding, subsiding. Why did it happen that I'm here? What happened to me, it's what I've done to myself. And that's why I'm here.
I don't trust people as I used to do. Sometimes I meet them and they treat me not good. And I think if I have a vote, I would just pull the pin and let the whole thing explode, that's it, and start all over again. Vipassana keeps trying to bring me back away from this distrustful people. I'm here now doing Vipassana, and it's your way of life. The way you talk to people, the way you think, the way you act, the way you do things for people or don't do things for people. The art of living, they call this.
On the morning of the 10th day, silence ends. On this special day, it becomes clear how long a journey it has been. Students make the transition back to a more extroverted way of life. For the first time in 10 days, they can actually talk and share experiences.
परंतु जब दूसरा दिन हुआ तो इच्छा हुई भाग जाओ यहाँ से, पर तो रास्ता नहीं था भागने का। फिर मैंने सोचा अगर फंस गए तो क्या करना, इसको देख लो ये क्या चीज है आखिर, जिससे इंसान खुद ब खुद अपना दिल और मन को टटोल कर ये देख सकता है कि मैं किस रास्ते पे जा रहा हूँ.
It was a great opportunity for me being here. Before I used to regret. Now I'm not regretting it. There is no any regret within me. That yes, it happened and I did this mistake. So right now I look in future ahead. Actually, I come from a very orthodox Muslim family, and my parents, when they used to pray, and I was a very curious child. That you are praying and this person whom you are begging always, where is he? Is he upstairs? Nobody see him, and why can't he listen to prayers? Why is he prejudiced? I was looking for something which have a universal appeal, something which doesn't condemn other religions, saying that this religion is bad, this ours is good. Actually, I found what I was looking for. For all these years, the thing which has been bugging me, I found the answer here.
Before, I used to feel a lot of self-pity about being inside jail, thinking, why should this have happened to me, all this sort of thing. Having the Vipassana course, it's like, I'm grateful that it was there, I'm almost grateful for coming to jail, to actually go there and, have the opportunity to do it. I often think to myself, when I get home, I've got my own bedroom, I can meditate there, I can make it a regular part of my life. But, old habits die hard, and it's very easy just to fall back into the old pattern of lifestyle. So, before I leave here, I don't know when that could be, there could be a chance next month or middle or the end of next year, but actually what I'd really like to do is go to a course, complete the course, and then the very next day to be able to walk out of jail. I'd go out in a very good frame of mind, not a bad frame of mind which this place can create. This coming to Taiwan, it's a lesson in life I'll never forget. It's, in a way, it's a great experience, but it's just gone on for too long now. I'd really like it to finish and so I can go home.
It sure has come a long way. Earlier prisons were not being opened for this course. Some were not. But now the government of India sent out a circular to all the prisons in India to encourage Vipassana courses. Because the prisons were capable of receiving it. Staff was accepting this. The community outside was expecting this to happen. There was a positivity of a belief that this can happen in the prison now. People who were being released from the prison were not coming back anymore. Outside, people had started to see the change in their thinking and behavior. So there's been no looking back.
Technique which is effective here will be definitely effective anywhere in the world. Prisons in the West and the prisons in the East, men in the West, men in the East, no difference of degree, but totality we are the same people all over the world. The traditions are different, culture is different, but man is not different. His attitude is not different. Governments are not different. It looks that government in India may be harsh and the prison conditions are very bad. It's a comparative picture. Even if you build all good things in the jail and all facilities, it doesn't mean that it is a good prison. What is the attitude of the people
That is very important.
When a Vipassana course ends in Baroda jail, a special event takes place. In the presence of social workers and guests supporting the Vipassana program, the superintendent, a Vipassana student himself, greets the inmates coming out of the meditation hall. In this country, physical contact between people from such different backgrounds is unthinkable. But on this day, barriers are broken.
There was one question one time I asked Grandbedi. I asked her about, I say, Madam, how many people in this world you think that they are just here in this world? They believe they are here in this world just to do good. What's the percentage? She looked at me and there was maybe 20, 30 people sitting there. She said, you are the percentage. It's you people. It's you who can make it this world a better place.